if we happen to see a man scavenging, and that man is a poor man, and he is scavenging because and it was on a Sunday, and the man is a Catholic, and the reason why he is scavenging on a Sunday is that that's the only way he can put something on the table for lunch for his family. Because it is Sabbath, do we condemn him, or do we try to understand the context of the man? My dear brothers and sisters, in the gospel today, the Pharisees condemned Jesus and his companions because they were picking heads of grains on the Sabbath, and then they were rubbing the grains on their hands and then eating them because they were hungry. And because of this, the disciples and Jesus was condemned by the Pharisees, because they thought that it was a violation of the third commandment, honor God honor the Sabbath. So Jesus said towards the end, the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. And also he said about the companions of David, who went into the house of the house of God, and then took the bread of offering, which only the priest could lawfully eat. And so it is supposed to be a violation. But then, what is Jesus saying? The Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. The law, if we take a look at it, if we strip naked with letters of the law, what remains is actually love. So, see, for example, do we have to put into the law, thou shalt not steal, if you love your neighbor? We do not have to put like in our laws in the Philippines, we do not have to put anti-corruption measures if those who are in power love their constituents, or love the people, or they are authentic to the way they serve the people. So, just looking at the law, the summary or the spirit of the law is love. And how can one hinder somebody who is doing something, a matter of life and death, and we would condemn him for violating the law, which summary is love. So Jesus here, when he said the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath, he is merely saying, I am the law. Why? Because Jesus is the fulfillment of the law. Remember, the Ark of the Covenant. The contents of the Ark of the Covenant are three things: manna, which represents Jesus as the living bread; the staff of Aaron, that represents priesthood, and Jesus is the eternal high priest; and the tablets of stones where the laws are written, and Jesus is the fulfillment of the law. The contents of the Ark of the Covenant is Jesus himself. And if the contents, the summary of the contents of the Ark of the Covenant is Jesus himself, then Jesus is the fulfillment of the law. He determines what is right and what is wrong on account of the law. So, my dear brothers and sisters, it is not for us to interpret the law in order to put fence around the law, na para bang iniisip natin na kapag mas mahirap ang ating ginagawa ay mas banal tayo. Hindi. We should not think like the Pharisees do. They thought that when they find it difficult to follow the law, they are holier than others. But then they actually are putting burden into the people, which they themselves would not lift a finger to help those people who are burdened by the law that they have put on the shoulders of the people. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, as we continue with this Eucharistic celebration, we pray that more and more deeply, before interpreting the complications of the law, we just have to think of the summary of it, which is love, because that is the characteristic or the trait of a Christian person, and Christianity is a religion of love.